gentlemen, this is a 2016 Audi TT 4.5 and today we are going on a tour of it. Let's just get inside the car. Talking about the door is not that amazingly special because it's not an R8 or something like that, but what's special about the door is it has Bang & Olufsen speaker system, one of the most premium luxuries from the German manufacturers, as always. Like in the R8 that you saw, the Fortuna is right there, so you might not be able to see that, but the R8 also had Bang & Olufsen, so that's amazing. Here is some storage space. This is your grab handle. Here are your mirror controls. These are your window controls. This is to lock and unlock the car, and this is your door handle. Now, getting inside the car, door seal is kind of normal because it doesn't really show any TT or something like that. The TT is written right here. That's special. Now talking about the interior, it doesn't have any screen whatsoever, so that's a huge minus point, but they have kind of tried to be more amazing with the climate vents. So this is actually your temperature control, this is your fan speed control, and this is where the air comes out of. So that's beautiful. Now to turn off the climate vent, you just pull this lever that side and the vents are off. And talking about that, this is your internal storage space with an aux port and a USB port right there to charge your phone. Here is your start stop button. This is your volume control and the main things about the infotainments. I mean, the infotainment screen is integrated in the main screen, so that kind of distracts you, but it's a 4-cylinder car, it might not be that powerful, so it makes sense to really save the cost by removing the main screen. And this is to push it, you push it upwards and the navigation comes in, you push it downwards and the telephone comes in. This is your media. The media is there. Now I push it to the radio and the radio is out there. So that's amazing. This is to pull on and pull off your parking brake. This is your ABS. This is your main menu about the car, and this is to go back. Now this is amazingly beautiful because it's a toggle, it's a switch, and it's also a touchscreen in newer Audis. I'm not sure about this one. I don't think that it is a touchscreen at all, but yeah, it does move other things as well. Now the screen is integrated in this, so everything else is controlled right here. And on this side, this is your voice control. This is to pick up the phone, and this is the most important button. Let's say dynamic, auto, comfort, efficiency. These are your driving modes. Here is everything else integrated in the steering wheel with 3 stalks coming out: light stalk, wiper stalk, and the cruise control one. And what's more fascinating is that it doesn't even have automatic buttons for the steering angles and everything. Pedal shifters being the smallest I've ever seen, except the newer Porsche Boxsters, and the other climate vents are also great, man. Okay, so I just realized that if you want the air to come to your feet more, you can just turn it that way and the air is coming out this way. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. And that's pretty much everything about the front. Now let's get back in the back. Now getting at the rear seats is kind of amazing because you have to pull this loop, and unlike other 911 and everything else, you have to push it manually to get the seat at its furthermost point so that you can climb in the rear part. And it goes and goes Man, at this point I'm scared if the seat would even be on the rails. Okay, that's very spacious from the sides, but the headroom, actually just after 1 inch I have glass right here, so that's one thing to consider. Here are the seat belts, your armrest, a speaker. Here is some storage space right here. I don't know what this is, but I'm curious. And it is the first aid kit. Why is it that everybody wants to put the first aid kits in such an inconvenient space? When you need time and when you are in a hurry, you have to do such a lot of hassle to get the seat safety things out there. I mean, it's hilarious, man. The last thing I saw was the 6 series. Yeah, 6 series. It also had that first aid kit in here on the center armrest. Now, who the hell would be having the time in the hassle to open it and get it out? Honestly. Now I am unable to find any button whatsoever in the interior to pop the trunk, so yeah, I have to use the button, I think. Push the button and the trunk is open. Now the cargo cover is divided into 2 parts, so the cover is right there, but it's in 2 different sections. Here is your spare tire with the warning triangle and the jack and everything else integrated with it. Here is a 12-volt port, maybe to put the trickle charger in, and nothing much special about the trunk except that it has a rear trunk. Now, talking about 2 things that I forgot to mention. One, that this car actually has a spoiler, so I'm not gonna turn the ignition on, just the main accessory buttons. Right here you push it and the spoiler will rise right there, and if I push this button again, it will just get to its original position. That's one. And the second thing that I forgot to mention is the glove box. Now the glove box itself has a pen holder and the card holder and all the different things, and right here is your SD card slot and the CD player slot. So yeah, that's amazing. Deep enough, I mean, that's okay. And there is a thing that you might not be able to know unless you know that there is a storage space right here. You pull this latch and the storage space is revealed to you. So only if you know. Now talking about the engine, as you know, Audi TT is the 4-cylinder turbocharged engine. Now TT RS is the only one which has a 6-cylinder, if I am not wrong, and the latch again Hansel cannot find. हर बार की तरह मुझे फिर से लैच नहीं मिल रहा था, तो मैंने इस बार पहले से ही ढूंढ के रखा था. Glorious 4-cylinder, and here is the ECU, if I'm not wrong, and maybe ये इतना नज़दीक, इतना एक्सपोज इसलिए रखा है ताकि ट्यूनर्स आके इस कार के अंदर कोई भी ट्यूनिंग मॉड डाल सकें. मे बी, आई डोंट नो, आई एम नॉट श्योर. मैंने ऑडी से कभी बात नहीं की थी इस बारे में. सो या, दिस इज़ एयर इनटेक एंड हियर आर योर 4 cylinders. TFSI. Anything special? No. And that's it. That's the tour of 2016 Audi TT TFSI 4.5. Now it's a car with amazing sound. So yeah, let's start it up. पेट्रोल व्यू पर से याद आया, ये जो आप लोग रिव्यूज़ देख रहे हो दैट विल बी ऑन वी स्पॉट देम, लेकिन इसका जो बिहाइंड द सीन्स है इसका तो शायद नहीं लिया है हमने, लेकिन दूसरी वीडियोस का बिहाइंड द सीन्स, व्लॉग्स एंड एवरीथिंग एल्स विल बी ऑन द सेकंड चैनल, जिसका नाम हमने रखा है पेट्रोल हेड्स व्लॉग्स, और टैगलाइन है लाइफ थ्रू अ पेट्रोल हेड्स व्यू. सो या, गो सब्सक्राइब टू बोथ ऑफ द चैनल्स.